It's early spring, and if you're managing sports fields or getting ready to plant corn or managing your own backyard, when it comes to plant production, nitrogen is usually at the center of the conversation. But here's the question: is nitrogen the problem, or is it how we're cycling it? Last video, we looked at root exudates and how they attract microbes to get the nutrients and the environment that they want. This video, let's look at how those microbes convert that nitrogen to a plant available form. So again, let's go below the surface and take a look. There are two main forms of nitrogen that are plant available, and they are NO3, which is nitrate, and NH4, which is ammonium. Your nitrate carries a negative charge, which means it does not stick to soil particles. Soil particles are also negative charged. So it moves with water and can easily leach out of the root zone. NH4, on the other hand, has a positive charge, so it can be held onto the soil particles. This makes it much more stable in the root zone. Check out these short videos. We are looking in a root zone here, and the clear little balls represent water molecules and the colored represent the nitrate. And as you can see, they are free flowing and just flow with the water. So in this little graphic, we see the green, which represents the nitrate, and the blue is the ammonium. And you can see that the nitrate is very susceptible to leaching, where the ammonium sticks to the surrounding soil and the roots and is much less susceptible to the leaching. One thing I would like to add, though, as we apply fertilizer, there's a flush of nitrates into the soil, into the root zone, and if there's moisture, it will be taken up. And that's when we see a lot of heavy top growth, we see a lot of lush growth in turf grasses and so on. Here's where biology comes in. So we talk about the root exudates up here in the top left. They feed the bacteria. The bacteria eat the root exudates and the other organic matter in the soil and hold this nitrogen in their body. They immobilize it. And then the predators come. The protozoa and the nematodes, they feed on those microbes, and nitrogen is released as ammonium right where the plant needs it. Bacteria have a carbon to nitrogen ratio of about 5:1, while protozoa are closer to 30:1. That means a protozoa has to consume several bacteria just to meet its carbon needs. But when it does, it takes in more nitrogen than it needs, and that excess nitrogen is released as ammonium right there in the root zone. Protozoa need more carbon than bacteria provide, so when they eat bacteria, they release the excess nitrogen as ammonium right where the plant can use it. Microbial predators turn excess nitrogen into plant-available nitrogen. Now, a quick little side note, biology cycles more than just nitrogen. Soil biology also helps cycle phosphorus, sulfur, and micronutrients. In a healthy system, nutrients are constantly being transformed and made available right in the root zone. Nitrogen gets the attention, but biology is cycling everything. In a biological system, nitrogen is cycled and released in sync with plant demand. In a purely chemical system, nitrogen is often applied and then lost through leaching, volatilization, or runoff. So living roots drive nitrogen cycling. This entire system depends on living roots. No roots means no exudates, and without that carbon flow, nitrogen cycling slows down. The goal isn't just to add more nitrogen, it's to build a system that cycles nitrogen efficiently. So the goal isn't just to add more nitrogen, it's to build a system that cycles nitrogen efficiently. When soil biology is functioning, nitrogen is no longer just an input, it becomes part of a living cycle. And that's where efficiency, resilience, and long-term productivity come from. So a real easy place to continue this is at my website, bydesignsoil.com. I've recently put this soil biology introduction as a free download on there, so check that out. I also have several fact sheet pages on my Soil Biology 101 tab. And also I have on there some Quell-bound field manuals and some PDF download field manuals where I've got everything in there, everything that we're talking about. So next week we're going to go a little bit out of our plan here, and we're going to talk about micronutrients before we go on. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.